If I may, Thomas, I would love to get into your book,
Sure.
The Dressing Drink.
Oh, the dressing drink. What a
Yes.
cute kid. Look at him.
Just adore, and your parents, huge names in show business. Thomas, yeah, give us a sneak peek about your book.
Well, I wrote it when I was 22, and I wrote it because my mother passed when I was 11, and I met my father. He was the lead in Hello, Dolly on Broadway with Ethel Merman when I was 14, and I met him 5 times, and then he died. So by the time I was 22, I was a little confused about who and what and all that. So I decided that the story was not only a mythology, but it was really an exercise for my own sanity, which I still don't have. But, you know, I like to think
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
At least you pumped it out, and that's impressive. So many people I've heard that writing books and completing it is a whole world. Oh my gosh.
Everything that's involved, editing and editing and editing. But, you know, I saw it shelved on at my farm, and as I left, there it was, and so I got it out a little bit. People really loved it, and I thought, wow, they really do love it. So
it's a beautiful story, and it's doing very well, extremely well.
It's won 3 awards. I had no expectations going in, but it has expanded exponentially, and I'm seeking film and television at this point. So we're talking to producers and to studios, and I'm hoping that something good will come of that. But yeah, I mean, it's been quite a journey to write a book when you're 22 and to publish it when you're 50. 60,
That was just a few years ago, right?
Yeah, it's quite a few years ago. But yeah, it's doing very well. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Brett.
And Thomas, then thank you for coming down. You also have a podcast, American Spectacle, and some really impressive guest people in the dance world on your podcast.
My favorite.
Watching guest people on Broadway are on this podcast.
Oh, sure. Really the best of the best. You know, the dance world is very big. Most people say dance and you see one thing. You see ballet, or you see tap, or you see ballroom. But I see everything, and I have for 40 years. I've produced dance for 40 years in many countries, in the United States, and Jacob's Pillow, and New York City, and that's what I do. Some people are electricians, some people are plumbers. I'm a dance producer here in Melbourne, Florida.
And actually, that's kind of how Thomas and I met. Brett and I, we were at the drum circle out here on the Space Coast, and we had our hula hoops out, and Thomas had this funny frog hat on, which I think you should have worn today.
Octopus.
A frog hat?
Oh, octopus.
It wasn't. Well, he was happy. We were, and I had my LED hula hoops. It was a party.
Someday I'll wear my octopus hat.
Okay. So yeah, he came over and we got to talking, and I've had an extensive professional dance career, which is now transformed into music. So I also sing. And we're Thomas got me to expand the show to have more hula hoop entertainers in there, maybe some other flow arts. You also have something going on with it's ACE Dance Driven Arts Initiative.
Well, so our hope is to create a dance-driven arts initiative here in Melbourne, Cocoa, and Canaveral. There's enormous potential here, and it's all manageable here. It's all penetrable here. There's potential here. Mm-hmm. You know, when you go to Orlando or you go to Boca Lauderdale, West Palm, Miami, it's glut. You can't drive, you can walk, you can barely do anything. So bringing in that kind of dance diaspora is not so easy. Here, there's that great potential, and we're partnering with a great fellow, Marcus Smith, Councilman Marcus Smith, and together we're trying to raise all boats. And I just had a wonderful encounter with Robert Battle in Miami, who was former artistic director of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. He's a big deal, and he's a lovely, lovely fellow and exceedingly talented. And so we're talking about how can we move talent. I mean, there's so much talent, and really first-rate professional talent in Florida, but Florida is the third largest state. It's hard to move and circuit talent, but that's our initiative, that's our intention. I had diabetes for 30 years. I shot insulin on a regular basis, was weighing about 220, 230 at my top. But then I had some health issues, so I started fasting and wheatgrass, fresh pressed organic wheatgrass. It's good for you, but
Yeah, the taste.
over the teeth, over the gums. Yeah, look out, stomach, here it comes. But I did a lot of juicing, I did a lot of fasting, and then I have to say, I used Manjaro, and Manjaro was a bit of a miracle. It changed my head, and it changed my relationship to my hunger. So hungry, eat, tired, sleep, that sort of thing. The hungry part was like, yeah, and not so much. So I just would pass over the hunger stage and eat one meal a day, and I went from 230 to 170, where I am now, and that's my after wrestling weight in high school. And no more diabetes. Diabetes gone.